What's up, everybody? Hey, it's San Diego Clinton back in the house here. We have Danny here he's local in the Miami region. He's got an interesting story. I met him in the gym. I don't know, it was about almost a year ago, January, February. We've been putting on some size, but Danny's been holding it down. He got ripped as fuck, so he was a little soft when I first met him, but then he was way ripped before that. So now he's back on that rip shit. We're gonna figure out how he did it. How a person goes from normal to just diced, and how do they feel when they achieve something like that? I'm not gonna take too much of the world's time. Danny, please hit us with it, introduce yourself, and let the audience know what you're all about, brother.
First of all, Clinton, thank you for having me. You got the memory of an elephant, by the way. Perfect memory retention. I appreciate the fuck out of that, bro. But yeah, a little bit about me, guys. I'm a personal development coach, first and foremost, out of here, South Florida, local. Let's take a few steps back, though. It wasn't always like that, right? Everyone's got an origin story. Me, I was born in Washington, D.C. That's the belly of the beast, as I call it, to a family of immigrants from Bolivia. Hard-working people, man. Great values, virtues, boomers. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
But they had their problems, their vices. My dad in particular, alcoholism was a big issue. Domestic issues a lot of times led to violence. That ended up in me being very angry, resentful, bad communicating with folks as a result. Just no personality. Problems with my peers, men, women in particular. Not participating in sports. That caused me to just grow up very fucking just isolated. Thank God I got through the norms, high school, college, just through hard work I learned from my parents. They taught me that. I can never take that away from them, right? But the bad attitude persisted into the workplace. Luckily, along the way, and it's going to tie into my personal development coaching nowadays, I managed to physically change. I lost 56 pounds in 3 months at one point at the age of 20. Yeah. Never looked back from that, thank God. A saving grace, if you will. Anyways, the bad attitude persisted into the workplace. Never got promoted, no matter how hard I worked, because you can't do that if you're not a team player, right?
Right.
Fucking sucks. I was stuck. Something had to change. Luckily, in my mid-20s, I started to step into personal development. Icons like Jim Rohn, Tony Robbins.
Yeah.
I was just listening to Jim Rohn before I came here.
Yeah, he's a fucking beast.
Life changer, bro.
Yeah.
I luckily also had some great peers at work and school. Great influences. You know who you are. God bless you for that. I'm now 34 years old. Just turned it a few weeks ago.
Okay.
I've gotten much better. But now I know more than ever, it's my responsibility as a man, as a leader, to share what I've learned with others. It ain't just about me. Like our own mentor, Wes Watson, says, share what's really made you better, right?
Right.
Be the source of what you seek. And so, like he also says, first self-actualize, get better yourself, then share. It's just fucking karma. It's common sense if you think about it. So here we are talking about this today, and I'm just glad to be here, man. Here we go.
No, I actually love that. And then here's the thing that I want people to pull from that is so many people in the world tell people how they should live. I want you to try something different. Show them what worked for you. It's just a documentation of the journey that worked for you, from how you woke up to what you ate to what you did in the gym, how your mind was operating through the day, and whatever you use to discharge stressors. That's the key here to personal development. Too many people on the streets right now telling you what they believe you think you should hear. Instead, try showing the world what worked for you, and I promise you'll get way different results. That's what worked for me, man. That's how I do it every single day. Now, when it comes to drinking, that's kind of a pain point for me because both my parents were alcoholics and drug addicts. My mom drank every day of her life until the day she died. And complications of alcohol is what ended her, and complications of alcohol is what ended my dad, probably a little over a decade and some change ago. But for you, were you using the substance along your journey? Did you adopt the behaviors you were taught, as in drinking excessively? Was that part of your challenges early in life?
Oh, for sure, man. From the age of 18, high school party age, up until my mid-20s, I'd say 24. Luckily, I wasn't a daily drinker, but when I drank, I went hard. I was the type of idiot, Clinton, that I would try to show off and like just chug a nice amount of vodka from the bottle to prove my manliness, that kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
I would drink probably 3 times a week, do well Monday through Friday, eat well, exercise well as I knew, but then fuck off on the weekend, the usual story.
Sure.
But whether you're drinking every day or just binging sometimes, it ain't good either way, man.
No.
And I was the type that I would just fucking splurge when I had the free time and show off my prowess while at it. Just fucking stupid, bro. Stupid.
That's what we're taught as young men, and it's usually cultural. But my cultural behavioral training came from the Marine Corps, and we don't do anything just the tip, right? We're just balls deep in everything, and they taught us as a culture to leverage alcoholism to manage your daily stressors. And if you weren't drinking heavily, well, then you, of course, couldn't be a man. And if you weren't a man, you, of course, couldn't do your job and kill people. So there was this relationship to where you had to basically be a fraternity loser in the Marine Corps and just drink yourself piss fucking drunk. I mean, I have, oh my God, not proud to say it, but I have whole sections of my life I don't remember is because I was blacked out fucking drunk. And thank God I didn't do anything detrimental to any person. I didn't overstep my bounds with females in any way. Thank God. But I don't, honestly, if that would have happened and someone were to tell me, I'd be like, I don't remember it. And that's not an excuse. That's absolutely horrible. But I'm very thankful is that it might have taken me my whole life to figure out to remove alcohol. But since that substance has been completely gone now for 2 years, I feel 2 decades younger. I feel amazing every day. It's crazy. So in that journey of removing the substance, your personal development journey, kind of what's like the driving factor of change today? Is it you were just tired of living that life where you're kind of not really going anywhere and seeing your full potential? Or what was kind of like your hard point that said, this is enough. I have to make changes. I cannot do what I've always done.
The latter, bro. And the phrase you just said, keep doing what you're doing, guys, and not getting results. What the hell do you think is going to change? That's the definition of insanity. I don't know who came up with that term, but it is what it is. And so I wanted to be the best physique possible. It's not going to happen if I'm fucking around 3-4 times a week. That's nonsensical. Plus, I started thinking about the other effects alcohol has, right? The days after, the mental fog, all that shit. It's not worth it, man. So as simplistic as that sounds, that's what it is for me, man.
Just to feel better.
Yeah, fuck it.
Just to feel better. I noticed when I removed alcohol from my basically weekly routine is that when I hit about 35, I noticed certain alcohols I was kind of allergic to. I'd get hot, and then I would have instant hangovers, and then those hangovers of fog, like you described it, would last several days. So when you were young, you used to be able to drink yourself crazy. You know, you'd have way too many, be drunk, and then the next day, probably by about noon, you would recover. Well, recovery's a lot slower when you have a few years on you, and I would feel off or ill for probably several days. And that's when I knew, I was like, I can't fit in with these people and feel like this forever, because I just felt like shit every day. I'd have one drink, be like, oh, let's just have a glass of wine. I'd have one glass of wine. Within 10 minutes, I would have a contact headache from the tannins or something in the wine. And then probably 3 days later, I would still feel ill or sick or like shit. I was like, God damn it. Am I dying? Is this what 35 fucking feels like? Shit, I want to eat a 38 fucking bullet because I don't want to continue this. So it was when I realized that I removed that and just focused on just kind of eating normal and then physical exercise. Things changed for me relatively quickly. Within days and weeks, I felt way better. And then dropping the weight was another massive factor. Dropping 30 pounds, 40 pounds as an adult that you don't need to carry definitely makes you feel younger. Definitely. I mean, I don't know about you. Do you feel lighter and more frisky and agile around the edges?
Bro, for sure. When I drop drinking, I only drink on occasion. I still do it, honest to God. But even then, it's very moderate. Like on Christmas, say a very special occasion, I'll do it. Not like I used to, though. Like I fuck off. A good example, though, bro. Last year, I went to Bolivia for Christmas, right? This was right after I murdered Wes's physical diet. I dropped like 30 pounds in 3 months. He even posted me. I fucking murdered it. I was diced.
You were so diced.
Did well for 2 months after that. Then I made a little short trip to Bolivia for Christmas. You know how that goes. I let the vices get the best of me, man. I was splurging not just on breakfast at the hotel, it was included.
Sure.
But I was drinking more than I should have. That fucked up my whole progress I had made under his program. It put me to shame, and him too. It was disrespectful. And after that, I started slowly gaining back more body fat than I should have because I rebounded in a very ineffective manner.
Sure.
That's when you saw me in the January mastermind.
Yeah.
I still look okay, but that's why I wasn't still optimal like I could have been. I fucked it up.
Yeah.
Previous.
Yeah, you were completely diced like 2 months before. And when I saw you at the mastermind, you look great. You look great compared to normal people, but you look nothing like you did 2 months earlier. You were like almost stage ready. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
It's
And
crazy.
right now, I just killed a transformation again with Wes. I'm diced right now,
Yeah.
but now I know better, guys. Don't get comfortable. Don't fuck it up. Be consistent. Even if you're reverse dieting off a cut, be smart about it. Don't fucking lose the discipline, guys. Don't fall back into the vices. Everything with moderation, and that's it. Keep
Yeah.
it simple, stupid.
Yeah, no, that's what works. And the reality is if you want to put on muscle, you're going to put on a little bit of body fat. That's normal and that's okay and that's a good thing. But where most people fuck it up is they're super lean, their body's in starvation mode, and then they're going to rebound and take in 3,000, 4,000 calories. One, that's not very healthy for a lot of your organs, pancreas and liver and shit like that. But in general, if you do it slowly, add in the carbohydrates in a controlled way week over week, you can maintain an obnoxious amount of leanness and put on size up to, I've seen some guys taking in between 4,000 and 6,000 calories, an insane amount of calories, and still be quite ripped and be putting on size like crazies because the body is desiring those calories. And since it's controlled, it doesn't store it. It's using it the right way. And it's just a confusion method that's really effective in bodybuilding. And you gotta get with Danny here and see his process. He has a known process, but when someone's there to help you, you can get phenomenal results when you're actually doing what they say. Everybody knows that they're supposed to do something. I know I'm not supposed to drink. I know I'm not supposed to do this. I know I'm supposed to control the diet. If you really stuck with it, like a psychopath, you're going to get psychopathic results. You're going to get results unlike anybody else. And few people have gotten as diced as Danny here. So you would be wise to follow him, ask him some questions, jump on the program if you really want to go all in and just stick to it. But you got to stick to it. This knowledge is, it's not mine. There's no shortcut. There's no shortcut to these successes. You got to do it the hard way. And that's why I think people like me and people in the fitness that have embarked on this journey for decades really respect when they see someone put on size the right way, get ripped and lean the right way, a female that's dropped that baby weight and gotten down into that bikini in 2-3 months. Like, that's impressive because we know how hard it is, what you have to give up to achieve. And you're not going to be able to do both things and get to where you want to go. You gotta drop some of your old behaviors so that you can get the results of the new goal. And it's tough to see people fail at that, but mad respect. He got leaner than I've ever gotten in my life, and no one can take that away from him. That's a badass thing to do, and you should walk around saying, I'm king fucking ding dong around here because I got ripped, and now I just put size on you and get you up to above 200 and single digit body fat. You're a monster. How tall are you?
I'm 5'7".
5'7", yeah. So him at about 200 would be kind of scary.
Lord.
Guys at single digit body fat. You don't want a guy like that to get his hands on you. Well, he's probably gonna get a little tired because he's got too much mass, but fair hope you can run fast. So what's kind of next in your journey here? You dropped alcohol, you're on the fitness, now you're coaching. Kind of where do you see this going for you?
Just to the top, man. I really got to work on Clint on getting myself out there. That's why I'm here today. It's my actually first time doing a physical podcast. I've done smaller ones virtually. But I know in person it's different energy levels. You're someone who's different, man. A lot of these guys on podcasting that I can participate with online, they're not really about that life, bro.
Oh, they're boring as fuck.
Bro.
Oh my
They
God.
talk about more their feelers and shit. You're my type, more black and white, like our mentor Wes, and I love that, bro.
I don't give a fuck about your feelings. That's the thing. These fucking weird men that were raised by women, they speak like fucking females. And here's the deal, is the world isn't fair for men. Men are judged based on your actions, and if you fuck that off, you get consequences. Your feelings are not in the equation. I understand that you go through hard times, man, and you have to deal with that like every other human. However, your feelings can't limit your ability to act. When I was in combat, there wasn't one fucking person that had depression, fucking anxiety, 4 tours in a combat zone. No one did not execute. You know why? It's because there was urgency. If they didn't fucking do it, they were going to die, or someone else was going to die. So you know what? That's the problem with society, is that there's no urgency. There's no importance if you're just like stuck in your feelings. I can't. Woe is me. I'm a fucking victim. I'm a loser piece of shit. Like, no, as a man, if you just get up and take one step in the direction you're supposed to go, everything gets easier. Like everything, you'll figure it out along the way. You guys want all the answers and the easiest route possible to success. There's no fucking 4-hour work week. That shit's a lie to sell fucking books. I've never seen a millionaire do it. Doesn't exist. Zuckerberg doesn't do it. Elon Musk doesn't do it. Bill Gates doesn't do it. The Rock doesn't do it. The list goes on and on and on and on. You work as hard as you possibly can until you can't go anymore. And that's how you find success. You outwork everybody around you. I know it's not sexy. I'm not going to sell 1 million books like that. Maybe we will. I'll show you how to sell 1 million books off a non-sexy way to be successful. Fuck, dude. Don't get me on this, man. These motherfuckers every goddamn day, same shit. Oh, I feel this way. How do I change my mindset, Clinton West? God, could you help me? But I don't have any money. Dude, oh my God, dude. You cannot give up 10 Starbucks to get help from another expert in something. If you had a heart attack, you don't have a choice. They're going to saw open your fucking chest and you're going to write a check for $200,000, or your insurance company is. So, like, you won't go to McDonald's and get a free hamburger. Like, they're not going to solve your hunger issues for free. Like, if you want to change something, invest. Like, my boy Sohab said this, and this was really brilliant thing he said. And Sohab, if you see you, brother, I love you. Keep killing it. You're going to do amazing things. But he said, the best advice I ever got was free. But the best results out of advice I ever got was paid for. Meaning that when you have skin in the game, you'll see it through and actually execute. But you won't appreciate it or use it in any way if the advice is free. Like, I could literally lay out the keys to the exact steps it takes to build a 100,000 follower Instagram page and make $100,000 a month off of your Instagram page. 99.9% of the people will see that and be like, it can't be that simple. And they won't do it. They'll just ignore it. But if they were to invest $15,000 and I give them that exact steps, people that invest that kind of money will apply it. And they'll get the results. It's that simple. Like, why are you guys ignoring what you know you need to do? When Danny says control your fucking diet and lean in on it, you have to. There's no way around it. I just had a fucking cinnamon roll, right? I'm bulking up. That is not the right way to do it, but I'm like way under my carbs. I didn't eat breakfast, so I had a shake, a cinnamon roll. I'm trying to hit some stupid fucking number of carbohydrates, and I don't really do a lot of carbs for mental like clarity. So it's hard for me. But fuck, when my coach looks at me, he's like, looking kind of small, Clinton. Are you hitting your fucking carbs? Bro, I don't even need to answer. You know, I'm feeling so fucking flat. He's like, what'd you eat last night? I didn't. He's like, God damn it. You know you got to eat till you're fucking going to throw up to grow. I was like, yeah, I know. I'm just being a bitch. Thanks, dog. Thanks, dog, for rubbing that in, you big ox. That's how it goes, man. It's not the knowledge, it's the application of knowledge. Dude. That's like my primary message to success over and over and over again is you got to find a way to apply more, just more. That's it. What is your take on your clients? So I know you have a lot of clients and you're working through the coaching process. Where are your clients typically failing?
Failing just adhering to the fucking system, lack of discipline, but more than anything, faith. Faith because they haven't stuck to anything in their life in a prolonged fashion.
Right.
So they got to snap out of that. Just have faith in Danny, his process. It works. Follow my example and know that you can do it. And keep it simple, stupid. Guys, you don't need to complicate things. I love this saying. I believe I made it up. I could be wrong, right? I want to take credit for it, though.
Hey, it's an original saying. We're going to go with it. Instagram and you copyright assholes, calm down here. All right, Danny, hit it.
It ain't complicated, we are. That applies to everything. Keep it simple, stupid. That's Kelly Johnson from the military, I believe.
Yeah, kiss.
Love that one, bro. Don't complicate shit. Keep it simple. It's all about doing simple things in black and white, high volume over time, bam, bam, bam. Create momentum. Momentum begets momentum, right? That's all it is. Just keep doing what works and that's it. You don't need to fucking do keto dieting or vegetarianism. If you want to, go for it, but Just do the basics. Stick to your macros. That's what I do. X number of carbs, fat, and protein over time consistently. Don't fuck it up. And that's it, man. Just have patience and faith and your coach, yourself. And that's all, man.
Yeah, it's a long-term game. This isn't, when you want to change the body in years and decades of behavior, it's not going to come easy. And the simpler the plan, the easier it is to stick to and execute. So if we're going to create a business plan, if it's super convoluted and complex, it's way too many variables to manage, right? You want to keep it very simple. I have X number of marketing dollars. We're going to spend it on this platform. We're going to start there. And then when that's working and converting, we're going to move down to this one and this one. If we have X number of profits, we're going to do this. And if we're not making any profits, we're just going to hold until we do. That's like simple strategy, but people want to have every single variable listed. And when you have a coach or an expert giving you advice, it's important to, why do you need to understand? We're not really here to educate you to where you understand. We've done all the hard work for you. I've laid out, do this, do this, do this. The why doesn't matter. You want this results here. So I need you to do these things. We'll skip the why and get the results. In time, you'll understand the why. But the people that want to understand all the why up front, they're never going to fucking make it. They're way too smart. Analysis by paralysis kind of personalities, and that's why they're average. It's just simple. Like if an expert tells me to do something, I don't give a fuck about the why. Like that does not matter. If I get this result and I do this, okay, boom, 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 not getting results. Why? It's because you're not good enough at it. Get better, get better, get better. Oh, I'm good at it. Now I got the results. Boom, next task. Boom, that's it. My whole business strategy is mastering a task at a time and then moving down.
Yeah.
That's it. So I don't take on too much. Like there's really not a such thing as multitasking. That's not a real thing. Humans are linear, kind of like it's really hard to rub your belly and like pat your head at the same time and then have a conversation with mom about, I don't know, the theory of relativity. It ain't happening, right? Because the brain can't associate that many complex tasks at one time. So you have to time box it, close a task, and then open up a new one.
Right.
Boom. Sometimes they overflow. You have like a stack of tasks that aren't closed, but it's super important to be linear, not parallel. Like it's way less efficient to be parallel.
Bro, singularity of focus. I love that term, bro.
That's
It's so huge.
Just the creation of the assembly line. So Henry Ford created the assembly line, which revolutionized the production line, and all big things in the United States resulted from the assembly line, and they were single task functions. I just put this bolt on this thing right here, and it goes down. This bolt on this thing down. That was way more efficient than doing this bolt, putting this thing, wrapping it around, and then moving it down the line. It takes time to move between tasks, and when you do that at scale, it costs you a lot of efficiencies. I don't know, this isn't an efficiency program, but I have a little bit of engineering history in my background. It's hard to tell with all this colorful patterns on my body, but once upon a time, I was an engineer that engineered some pretty crazy shit. So sticking to the program is hard, and faith. Understand is what are some of the characteristics that your greatest clients have in their success? Like what are they doing that's resulting in their success that the others aren't?
Again, the simplicity factor, just sticking to the process, not questioning things, just being adherent. That's all it is, guys. And I know I'm going back to what we were talking about a few moments ago, but that's all it is. That's where the success comes from. Not just in my experience, but my clients do, who really get it done the most.
Right.
Just don't question the fucking mentor. Know yourself. That's it, man. Keep it simple, stupid. I use that phrase more than any with my clients and myself. Keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple, stupid. And I'll say it a third time. Keep it simple, stupid. Right. There's nothing else I can add on to it, Clinton. That's just how it is. That's how I operate. I think that's what the universe is based on. Just black and white, bro. Just get it done.
Anybody that adheres to the macronutrients is going to get results. And there will be a time in most bodies where they hit roadblocks. That's normal. The corrective action for any roadblock is more movement, less calories. That's it. Those are the two factors that we can adjust in physical fitness, or there's nothing. So that's cardio, could be more movement or a longer workout, and then maybe even sleep. Like if they're not getting enough sleep, they're not recovering, that can be detrimental too. But in general, those two things, calories and movement, is it. So when you're cheating on your diet, it starts small, right? It starts with one scoop of creamer in your coffee, right? 15 calories. I don't know how I know that. It's because I have creamer in my goddamn coffee every day, and I put it in my MyFitnessPal because I'm an asshole.
Good man.
Right? And then it turns into 2. And then it turns into, a little splash. And then it turns into a big splash. And then it's 3, 7 coffees later. That's my problem, right? I'm a caffeine addict, so I don't do narcotics anymore. It's just straight caffeine from Colombia. That's it. That's my powder of choice. And,
Folgers here, baby. But I feel like we're on the same tip.
That's
Coffee is
it.
coffee,
I
bro.
do Costco's, but that shit will make my eye twitch. It gives me an instant smile, and I love it. That's my addiction now. But that's the only metrics that people can do to fix what's going on in the body. Like, and it's okay. You'll hit a roadblock. It might be 1, 2, 3 weeks where you're not getting any results. Now you have clear indications that there's a problem going on with the body. It's stagnant, and now you send that message to coach. Hey, I've been on the same. I'm hitting my routines every day. I'm hitting my steps every day, and I'm hitting my calories and my macronutrients every day till within 10 grams. Can we adjust? And every good coach will be like, yep, it's time to adjust, and he'll give you the plan. Reduce your calories, unfortunately, or add in movement, or maybe even both. And what worked for me is a bodybuilding protocol. I have a pretty hard time losing body fat, and I did I reduced my calories by 200 every 2 weeks because the body kind of adjusts on a 2-week cycle. And then I would add in 5 minutes more cardio a week until I got up to double sessions over a 20-week period. So I'd get up to 45 minutes and then add in another session.
Gotcha.
And that first week was easy. It was 5 minutes, the second session. And then next week it was 10 minutes, et cetera, till I was up to 2 sessions of 45. And I dropped weight so fucking fast. It was crazy. But I was not a happy camper.
Hey, we gotta be willing to suffer.
I did not like myself. That's how unpleasantly unhappy I was. I was like, oh, I'm gonna fucking kill someone. I was like, ooh, dog. Barbecue sauce? Dog? Yes.
Right.
I was so fucking hungry. I was ready to eat the stray dogs in Iraq.
I was just thinking, barbecue sauce on a dog? Or
yeah, barbecue sauce on a dog. I was
Like-
just gonna saw them up and just start taking chunks, but I was hungry.
Like wishbone dog, like a real living dog.
Like a real living dog. Yeah, I was ready. I was ready to do that. They had a couple goats and some other shit. We had regular food. It's just the regular food was garbage. So I was just crushing protein shakes, and then I'd eat sensible meals and log it. And Sunday was my cheat day. I'd have I would have 4-piece KFC legs with fries, a real Coke. This was before I drank Diet Coke, and then I would go get a Blizzard shake. They had that in Kandahar.
Holy shit.
Kandahar City. At the time, they had like a little center place to the base where they had some burger spots, some shawarma spots, an ice cream spot. They had a little bit of things. Eventually, I removed all that crap. But yeah, times were good. And that was my Sunday routine. Every fucking Sunday, I'd have one cheat meal out of I don't know how many meals I was eating. 6 times 7. So 42 meals. On the 43rd, it would be a cheat meal. Yeah,
Bro,
that
I
was
see
my
the
shit.
happiness in your face. Those are fun times you've got.
It was so good, dude. Every day I thought I was going to die.
That's great.
And that was the highlight. I was like, oh, if I could just make it to the ice cream. And that was my requirement for the week is don't fucking die.
Oh, shit.
Don't kill any innocent people accidentally. This is horrible. And then 3 is if that ice cream shop gets bombed, I'm leaving. I'm getting on that first airplane out of this motherfucker because that's my hard limit. I will not sustain this bullshit if I can't have my ice cream every week. Like, that was it.
That's the line.
And I was getting off of I was sleeping 4 hours of sleep a day, working 15.5-hour work week on the scope, 15 hours a week, like controlling aircraft in Afghanistan. Fucking nuts, bro. Yeah, and I was still managing to hit 2 workouts a day, and it cost me a little bit of sleep. And what did it was it was a female, so I was dating a stewardess, and she worked for Emirates, hot little chick. She was American, and she said something. She's like, I wish you were fitter or something. She said just backhandedly, a jab to the kidneys. I was like, you fucking bitch. I was like, she's right. If I was just fitter, I would attract more girls. This would be great. So I got fit as fuck. And then I showed up and I didn't tell her. I was just doing my thing, working out, whatever. And we just met in like a it was like a casual thing. We weren't gonna like hook up or anything. And that girl, she's like, I'm gonna tell you something. She's like, I don't want this to sound weird. She's like, but we gotta go get it in. I was like, you're goddamn right. What took you so long? And we did. We had to go do our thing. But it was that physical fitness. I dropped like 38 pounds in 12 weeks. Something crazy.
Good stuff, bro.
And that's how I did it. It's just nutrition. So for you, what's your sticking point? Like, what do you struggle with for your fitness? Because mine's ice cream. Like, I'm a fat kid by nature. Like, if I don't have my fucking dessert, Hormozy says never skip dessert. Now, I know your coach is going to tell you, stick to the macros. But Hormozy said that. That's the only thing that I pay attention to Hormozy is don't skip dessert, you big fucking animal. So I was like, I never skip dessert. So where's your kind of personal struggle when it comes to your journey and maintaining this level of leanness, which I know is a motherfucker?
Let's see. It's kind of hard for me to think about it. Maybe when I get caught up in a moment, like when I went to Bolivia for Christmas last year, maybe I got so excited being around family that led me to get comfortable. But when I don't allow myself to get influenced by the excitement of the environment, I'm literally the best at executing macros. I'm a fucking animal, like down to the micro milligram. You look at my MyFitness app, it's fucking psychotic, and I love it. That's what I live for. I guess the biggest thing for me is to stay disciplined even amongst people, which I'm very good at, but I'm a human, so that's something I got to control. But I can honestly say that I'm far and above my peers when it comes to this nutrition, fitness shit, man. I just say, I say it based on merit, guys. I fucked up with the trip to Bolivia. It happens, but it's not going to happen again. I know better now, but that'll be the thing to watch out for once in a while for me. Distraction.
I know what's worked for me when it comes to controlling alcohol consumption around people. It's a social thing, right? And what I always go back to is alcohol takes you away from the present, right? It opens up doors in your mind and your behaviors that aren't normally open and lowers inhibitions. And at my age, I really have less life in front of me than behind me. Like, I've lived more than half my life. That's it. That's the way it is. So that's why I do the shit I do. I just don't care. Is because I could literally, I have friends that have died from heart attack at this age. Just killed over. Normal dudes, just doop, last breath, and Jay's fucking dead. Like, what? Like, I just spoke with that fool yesterday, and they're like, yeah, he had a fucking widowmaker heart attack and just, like, never came back. I was like, God damn, it's crazy. So now I just execute the way I want to live, but I want to be present. I really do. So I would challenge you in the moment when you're tempted to open up old Danny in your drinking environment is to don't, and then stay present. And you'll have better, happier thoughts and feel better in the moment because you'll remember everything as it was. You'll be completely clear and present. And then you can see the world unfolding around you. And then you'll be like, oh, like Aunt JoJo is a horny animal when she has 4 drinks in her. Why is she twerking on the floor with the neighbor right now? This is gross. And then you'll see like grandma like getting crazy and like a couple of your nieces or nephews just acting a fool. And you'll have a whole different level of humor applied to the situation. You're like, oh, okay. I kind of see why now I don't drink is because I turned into one of these little heathens with a few in me. And I think you'll appreciate that because I know I did. I don't drink anymore, and I don't mind if I go out to dinner with people that drink. But in general, I don't hang around or associate with people like that because I don't want the temptation.
Right.
Not that I'm weak to my temptations. I have no problem telling anybody no. It's just if you're gonna expose yourself to one of your, we'll just say, hard limits consistently, it's only a matter of time before just the right circumstances could potentially lead into a moment of weakness. And just, it's avoided. It's like, if you're a married dude, like, what are you doing in the strip club every fucking day? Like, what are you doing in the nightclub every fucking day? Like, it's, you have the best intentions out the gate, and that's true, but like, say the missus would be in a complete fucking B right now, right? And she's just shitting on you. No respect, no appreciation. You guys are in a fight. You haven't been laid in fucking 2 weeks. and this young skirt comes around and be like, I don't care that you're married. Like, where's the Cullinan right now? Like, she don't give a fuck, right? So it's like you open up the door to that temptation. So if you close those doors to temptation and just remove that from your exposure, it becomes real easy to manage day-to-day life. It's just stay away. Like, I don't want to get burnt by fire, so I don't hold it. It's pretty simple. So when you struggle with alcohol a little bit, that's your thing on special occasions. When you would say is, when's your next special occasion? When you going back to Bolivia to party down hard?
I'm close enough. I'm going to Argentina and Chile at the end of the year.
Oh, that's
I've got
a rough
family there. I already honestly booked a wine tour, a half day. I will have my drinks planned. I'll be straight up.
Yeah.
But it's going to be controlled, not in stupid fashion like I used to. That's going to be controlled. It's planned out.
Right. Are you going to track it in your app?
Probably. Knowing myself, I probably will.
Yeah.
But aside from that, not much drinking. Aside from that, it has to be planned for me at this time.
Yeah.
At this stage in my life. And that way I can control myself better. And I don't plan on going clubbing or anything like that. Like you just said, putting yourself in a bad environment, that's on you, brother.
Yeah.
You can't complain about the consequence afterwards. You put yourself there. Take some accountability, and that's it, man. So on this next trip, I'll be much better, and I'm going to stay lean. It is what it is.
Oh, no, it's going to be dope. My grandmother used to say this thing to me is that when you lie with dogs, you get fleas. And what does that mean in normal terms, not old-ass grandma terms, is that the associations you have in life, their behaviors, habits, and negativity is going to rub off on you. So although you may not be doing dirt because you have good intentions, since they're filthy, their evils are going to rub off on you, and you'll inadvertently get burnt by their shitty behavior. Like, I had a guy get arrested. He didn't do any drugs, and one of the dudes in his car had like a bag of powder, right? An illicit powder that you're not supposed to have on your persons or use, and the dude just dropped it when they got pulled over by the cops between the seats. Well, they ran the dogs through the car. The dogs queued up on the bag, and it was in the back seat, but no one claimed it. So the driver of the vehicle went to jail. And none of his homies took credit for that stuff like an actual man. They were dirtbags. And dude had to go defend himself in court, and eventually got to plead down to almost nothing. It was pathetic. They knew his fingerprints weren't on it, but they just can't do anything, right? It's just tough. So it's that's an example. It's not going to be you that's going to do something. It's going to be one of your friends is going to get you fucking burnt, right? That's how it works when you're just hanging around overly negative people.
It's stupid.
That's my opinion. Anyways, that's why I only associate with good people. And I have so many clients that come through, not clients, but people that I just know from social media. I mean, I get thousands of messages regularly, but they'll be like, oh yeah, let's grab a workout. I was like, for what? I don't know you. You haven't proved yourself, and you're not anywhere in my visibility of someone that's invested in what we're doing. So I don't invest time back in people like my elite clients I work out with. Correct. My elite clients I go eat out with. And what do all my elite clients have in common typically is no drugs, no alcohol, no chasing girls, and they're on this pathway of enlightenment. And I appreciate that. I don't just hang around normal people. They could be a liability, right? And I don't want their fleas to rub off on me, right? What are we going to talk about? What am I going to talk about with them? No, that's someone that just wants something from me. Correct. Right? They want my knowledge. They want the access to the people I know, something. They want something from me. There's really nothing for me to gain by giving up my time and sitting down and having a meal with a stranger, even if the intentions are good, right? I just don't do it. I wish I had the time, but now I'm more selective, and I only associate with people that are in alignment with where I want to go. So all the people you see me in my stories, everybody, none of those people drink, none of those people do drugs, and none of those people really chase girls. It's very controlled environment. We go work out. We don't even talk about business. That's the weird thing. It's business is boring. What is it? Numbers on spreadsheets and a fucking video game. Throw that shit away. We're talking about how the world works, right, and the energy of the moment and the people around us, and what is it we can do to help them, and why aren't we getting the returns from certain actions in life? It's more philosophical. It's men on a journey to be better. That's what we talk about. Betterment of ourselves, and we hold each other accountable. Like, it's just different. People they would be, I think, shocked at the conversations we have when we sit around the environment. They're like, you guys talk about that? Like, yeah.
Ironically, that personal development talk, it's what gets you right to do the business well.
Right.
Clarity. It's all interconnected, guys. It doesn't seem obvious, but that's how it is. Going back to protecting your time, which in turn protects your peace. Example, I work out at LA Fitness in Fort Lauderdale, North Fort Lauderdale, and I run into an old acquaintance. And from time to time, the past few months, he would tell me, oh, we should hang out with X person from the past and this guy too to catch up. And I should have spoken up earlier. But just last week, it happened again. He approached me. We should hang out with these people again. I'm like, I stopped. I'm like, no, brother, unless it's something that's productive for my betterment, I'm not going to spend time on it. That's what it is at this point in my life. Protect your time and peace. They're interconnected. If it ain't productive, don't fucking do it. No matter how well meaning the person is. Protect your time. It's our most valuable resource, like Steve Jobs said. That's it, man.
Time and energy, man. That's it. Like, if you give it all away. So a fun story is that the girl that broke my heart, this is going to be fun. Her name was Sarah. I loved her. She was a good girl, and she didn't do it intentionally, but she gave away all her time. So she'd be overwhelmed. She was a people pleaser, and she loved to entertain and an extrovert, but she had to be around a large number of people and give away all that energy, but she got nothing in return out of it. And that was where I started to notice the destructive behavior of giving away yourself and time to the world, because they'll take more than you can give. It's an insatiable appetite of the people around you to be entertained, to escape their own reality. And if you're the form of entertainment, it could be in drinking with them, hanging out, watching sports, whatever, that's fine. But ultimately, if it isn't bettering you, it's holding you back. And you have to be somewhat of a logical psychopath to really just weigh, is this helping me be better and go along and improve my journey of life, or is it hampering or hindering my journey of life? Those are the two questions I ask myself. Does this help me or hurt me? Yes, no. If yes, remove. If no, and it's helping me, well, let's continue down the journey of life and add that thing in, because it's going to be beneficial. Like, this is flow state for me. This is the only piece that I have other than the gym. My day-to-day is what clients' pages are up, how they're performing, what are we doing that's not right, are the ads hitting, are they not hitting, are we scripting right, where are all these pieces of content, are we doing long-form podcasts, what's next, where's my shit at? Like, it's just all this stuff and noise from life, the video game of life. Where I'm at peace is in the gym, where I'm fucking asleep when I do get sleep, or in moments like this where I can see a window into someone's life. To me, that's the greatest gift of anything, is hearing the story of someone else's journey. There's things that he's gonna say that we won't understand in the moment. Maybe some point in the future they'll click, like, oh, I remember Danny saying that. And then, oh, I heard this from someone that was super famous. And then, oh, I heard this, my mother say this. Oh, this is the universe giving me direction on what I should be doing. I just wasn't ready to receive it. It kept hitting me in the face that I should be making these changes in my life, but I wasn't ready to change. But now I'm aware enough, and I've been hit with this same message from different sources, identical. That's the universe cueing you to make some kind of pivotal change that's going to benefit you. Talk about angels and demons and, the temptations of good and evil. Well, that good is constantly hitting you in the face. Whether you listen to it or not is usually the personal choice. It's the choice that we're stuck with. It's the problem of humanity, which is choice, good or bad, right? And I kind of cue up on that. That's one thing I learned from our mentor, is the universe comes in you in waves. And if you're paying attention, one person over here will tell you one thing, and then you're like, oh shit. And then 2 days later, this person will tell you the same thing. And it's like you're getting bombarded with this message to do something a little bit different, so that you can benefit from it at the spiritual level. And you have to learn to listen to these cues and these indications from inside and then external. A lot of times they'll align, just not really listening to the message. And that has been really paramount in my change, is observing the message that I'm being hit with. And then I make choices somewhat based off of faith. And it's been very beneficial. I speak less, although I do never shut up online and talk a lot. But I've learned with these big ass fucking domey ears that I have to listen and pay attention to what's going on around me, just in the world and the people and kind of their energy space. A lot of times, if you're really paying attention, it'll give you the things that you need to do to find some breakthrough in life, either spiritually or financially or physically or relationships. That's it. So in that, we do share the same. If you guys don't know, we're beating around the bush. We share the same damn mentor, Wes Watson. That's how we met each other at the gym. He's not the mentor for everybody, but he was the only mentor that worked for me. That message is the only message that resonates with me because I don't really take advice from soft men. Like if you're not someone that I'm a little concerned can, put me in the ground, like I won't listen to you. Like I just don't give a fuck.
Right.
Like only thing I respect is very dangerous men. And Wes is somewhat pretty dangerous, right? He went to prison on a violent crime. He did nearly 10 years. And he's a little intimidating to most of society, but that's the kind of guy that connects well with someone like me. But that being said, what would be the greatest lesson that you learned from Wes?
Just imperfect action, dude. I'm someone who naturally and by design, also my life experiences, I tend to get a bit fixated on perfection. And I realize that more than ever, man, especially the past few days, it's funny, it's leading up to this moment. That's how the universe works. Whenever I find myself just fixating on a certain task, trying to clean something perfectly in my kitchen before moving on to the next, it's just a sign of doubt in my ability to get things done. So I've been snapping out of that. Imperfect action has been coming to my mind. That's what Wes teaches, he's big on. So now the past few days, for example, leading up to this, I've been moving a lot faster.
Yeah.
Do things in an excellent way, but just keep it going. Stick and move, stick and move.
Yeah.
So for anybody who has problems with being manic on little details, know that it's you telling the world that you're not confident in yourself. Fuck that. Take imperfect action, do it the best you can, but keep it moving. Build W's over time. Momentum begets momentum. That's what's going to get you moving forward. That's why I'm here right now. And I'm just chilling. I'm at peace.
No, the volume of work is more important than quality of work. They have to be really honest with that. McDonald's sells more hamburgers because it's a volume system, and then gourmet hamburger. The revenue isn't even close, and it's pure volume. They have a consistent product that meets expectation. It's served very quickly over and over again across the globe, and that's part of their success, but it's volume. And what's really worked for me, and you hear me say this over and over again online, is volume. I take imperfect action. I started a 7-figure media agency with zero experience, zero plan, didn't even read one fucking book. You know why? Because it wasn't that hard. I just said, I didn't even say. The universe told me. I had clients coming to me, please, can you do our content? We want to pay you. I'm like, no, I don't take money. I do it for free, and I do it when I want to. And eventually that snowballed into a business, and we just ran with that. But I didn't want to do it. I was called to do it. They kept asking me for it, but I had no plan.
Right.
And I'm a person that holds a doctoral level education and has done nothing but planning wars and then multi-billion-dollar engineering projects. And that's what I've done for 20-something years. And I did this with no plan. And imperfect action and volume of work are far more important than having every single detail dialed down to the gnat's ass and it have to be absolutely perfect. Like, life's not perfect. So the journey of fitness isn't perfect. Like, you can't account for everything. So you just the hardest step is the first one. You just got to go and commit to always moving forward, no matter how hard you get punched, no matter how often. You just have to get back up, puff your chest out, take another step in the direction of danger and the unknown. And that will work over time better than anything else. It has been paramount to how far I've gone in life. Is just imperfect action, take that step, evaluate what's working, what's not working, and tweak another step until I hit a roadblock. Oh, this isn't working. Why? What's going on? I don't understand. Understand why, and then take another step, pivot, and work around the problem and come back and go forward. Like, it's just a game of not giving up. When you say consistency, that's That's a cliche word that a lot of gurus use, and it's so common on the internet. But in reality, no one's consistent with anything. Start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. You got fit, then you stopped, you fell off. Like, you didn't hold consistency. You got back on the train, but humans have the hardest time being consistent. We're not consistent with our food. We're not consistent with our mental wellness. We're not consistent with our fitness. We're not consistent in our relationships. Infidelity is like the number one thing, the number one killer of all relationships. We're not consistent in being committed. We have a commitment issue as humans to anything. Not committed to God, not committed to ourselves, not committed to our partner, not committed to our family. Some people are and can be committed at times, but I would argue we're far less committed than we philosophically think we are in any one thing ever. And that's just the nature of what we are. And once you know that, now you can get to work. Because you know that you're infallible and that you're tempted by, ooh, shiny light. Let's go over this way. Oh, this dude said I have to post this way. Let's try that way. Oh, shit, I have to wear this black shirt like Clinton because it's cool. Nah, it's like you just got to be committed to the process. And more importantly, I think committed to the evolution of improving. If you're just committed to a process without a feedback loop of improvement, then you're really just wasting a lot of time. Like if you stuck to your exact macros and got no improvement for, say, a month, why would you fucking stick to it? You have to adjust. And I think that's just a prime example of what fitness teaches us is when you hit a roadblock, you didn't do anything wrong, just that system didn't work anymore. Now you have to tweak, make an improvement, and then evaluate. So it's apply, evaluate, reapply over and over again based off of your high-level plan that started. And where you finish that plan or concepts can be completely different. Just like fitness, your macros will not be the same at the end of the journey as they were when you started, nor will your fitness plan typically, right? That's it. I have the same overarching fitness plan, but if I want to get different results, I will lift differently. I will eat differently with different intensities and rest periods to get different results. That's it. If I want to burn as many calories, rest period shortens. If I want to put on more mass, rest period increases. That's it. It's different. And a lot of people don't understand that. But it's not just fitness. It's everything. Relationships. If you had a feedback loop in where you're fucking up on your relationship, you sat down with your girl or dude once every month and be like, honey bunnies, I love you. I know I've been not living up to expectations. What are the areas that I was failing you as a partner? If you had that conversation with your partner and she would list them out, and then you're like, all right, I have to get to work. I understand that you're not a touch person. You're a words of affirmation person, and I love you, and I have to give you that. Okay, I'll work on that. Where were the areas that I was doing well at? And she will give you those. Okay, I don't need to put any energy to this. Like, Papa lays down the D fucking well at night, so we're safe there. She's happy. Like, you move on. But you have to apply that feedback loop into everything. And I think if you did that as a habit, as a person, where you would end up in life would be really amazing to most people. You will surpass everybody. No one really lives life to get better at life. I don't think so. That's like not very common. They reach some point and then they just hold. Would you say that at points your life was like that? Because I know that my life was definitely like that. I'll reach a level of something and just hold. Make no improvements, no changes, just complacent.
Oh, for sure. Well, the biggest factor towards my downfall in those situations, lack of self-honesty.
Yeah.
Was it really merited success or not? Right. Where did I fuck up? For example, just the other day I was talking to a different student of Wes. He reached out to me on the side for help on nutrition because he was frustrated because he's been on a caloric deficit for a long time. According to him, he's been killing it, hasn't lost body fat. Wes hasn't given him the green light to reverse diet. But I asked him, bro, like, you've cheated, right? Yeah. All right, then shut your mouth and listen to Wes. Have faith in Wes. Be disciplined. Don't question it. Keep it simple, stupid. And that's it, man.
Yeah.
Self-honesty is the biggest thing, bro.
Yeah.
It always comes back to our fuck-ups. Whether we like it or not, it's on us, man.
Yeah, no. You got to look in the mirror. So one of the greatest skills you can learn as an adult is being perfectly honest to yourself in the mirror and evaluating your own behaviors. Don't lie to yourself. You have to be truthful so that you can identify the areas that you need to work on. Like his problem was he was cheating on his diet. That's bro, you aren't alone. There's nothing to be embarrassed about cheating on your diet. It is the most common mistake everybody makes. That's why they don't get the results they think they deserve, because they weren't committed and faithful to the process. You fucked it up, and you were getting fucked up results, and you got exactly what you deserved. Less than optimal, because you had less than optimal behavior. But being honest hurts, and it wasn't until I looked myself in the mirror and was brutally honest with myself that I really identified what was going on in my life. Like, I had to look past the successes and silence the ego and really focus in and dial on, just like you would in the military or any other evaluation, coaching, mentor-student scenario, is you got to be brutally honest with yourself so that you can identify where you need to work on. And once I did that as a habit, I'm completely aware of what I need to work on. I'm like, God damn it. Like, if one of these fucking Miami people cuts me off on the road one more fucking time, I'm going to dump a whole fucking 38 clip into their fucking engine block. Like, right. And if I'm really upset, it's just going to be their door. Like, this just like, and I realized like, wasabi, I need to calm down. Like, it's just, that's the way people are in Miami. They use their cars as weapons. And I know it's not normal, Clinton, but you got to just understand that they're being assholes, and like, it's probably not worth executing them on the highway for. Arguably, I think they deserve it. And if there was, what's that day where you can kill anybody? What's that movie?
What the hell is it called? I forget. I don't know what you're talking about.
You know that movie where you get one day and you get to kill anybody? The Purge. If the Purge ever comes here, oh my God, Miami drivers, you are done.
Watch out for the guy with the glasses and the black outfit.
I'm going to just execute about 50 of you people because you don't belong on the roads. If you were from where I was from, you would already be dead. One of these dudes in these fucking hillbilly trucks would just Tonka truck your shit through the intersection, drive off, shoot you the fucking finger, and be like, shouldn't have swerved at me, bro. Tried to warn you. And then you'll get out of the car thinking you're big bad, and that big ass hillbilly's gonna get out, and they're just going to beat you senseless and leave you there in a bloody pulp. And that's where I come from. And it's different in Miami. They like to talk here. What is it, bro? I'm not from Miami. I've never been anywhere where people talk so much. They act so little, and they talk so much around here. Specifically, the drivers. Everybody's so tough on the road. I don't understand. I had an Uber driver. This is funny. Not really funny. It's kind of scary for the Uber driver, but I'm sitting in elevation parking lot, and there's a car going to pull out. They have their lights on. They're pulling out the back. You know that parking lot's very tight, very narrow. There's not a lot of space. There's a lot of people that go there. And this Uber driver got behind me, and motherfucker was just laying on the horn. And I'm sitting there. I'm like, I'm not fucking, I can't move, bro. I have my turn signal on. I'm going here. Literally very clear. This fat fucking asshole gets out of the car and starts yelling at me in Spanish in my fucking Corvette. I'm like, the fuck? And this is one of those days, boy. One of those days my hormones are like dialed way hot. I'm like, oh, you motherfucker. So I kick open the fucking door, nail him with it. Jesus. Right? And he starts yelling at me. I was like, hey, back the fuck up. And he's yelling at me in Spanish. I don't speak fucking fluent Spanish. I speak a little bit to pick up. I can pull a number in Spanish, but I'm not like don't like rattling off some fluent fucking novella fucking Spanish on me. I won't understand, especially it's fast and shit. I'm like, bro, your boobs aren't near big enough for me to pay attention to the words coming out of your mouth right now. So he was like all hot. I was like, dude, back the fuck up. I was like, I don't speak fucking Spanish. This chick right here is backing out. I was like, shut up, fucking wait. And dude, and I took one step towards him, and that dude backed. He's like, oh. I was like, dude, why would you get out of the car so threatening, like you were going to do something, and start talking shit like it's going to make me move? Like, does that work around here? It doesn't work on me. That's a really good way to like end your life. I'm just saying, like people in Miami, like if you get out of your car and approach some other human's car, that is a threatening act. I will assume you mean bodily harm.
Oh, dude.
Towards me, my family, the people in the car, whatever, doesn't matter.
Bro.
You most likely won't leave there in one piece. Like, it'd be wise to get back in your shit, because that's not okay. Like, why are you so busy that you can't wait 30 seconds for a poor fucking little girl to back out her piece of shit car, me pull my piece of shit fucking car in the slot? Like, it's 3 minutes, bro. Like, what are you doing, Uber driver? Is time's that tough? You don't have 3 minutes? I could see by like, you haven't seen your penis in probably 2 decades. You have plenty of time on your hands because you've been shoving food down your fucking throat like a porn star, bro. It's crazy.
Bro,
I don't know.
Actions, consequences. It reminds me of what we were talking about a few months ago, but a good example. A few years ago, I'm from Coral Springs in Broward County, probably like 30 miles north of here.
Right.
A lot more subdued than Miami. Miami is a lot wilder, bigger talkers. I guess the temperature is different down here. I don't fucking know.
I don't know, bro.
Anyways, I was at a Taco Bell with my brother drinking. This was years ago when I was into that, right? Taco Bell's the best when you're drunk.
It's
You
the
know
best
that?
Mexican spot in the fucking
Bro.
city past 2 a.m.
High sodium. You know the fucking deal. When you got drinks in you, it's fucking heaven on earth. Anyways, I was in the passenger seat. My brother was driving, and something happened. I guess some car driving next to us in the park tried to cut us off. My brother got hot, said something. We all stopped. We got out of the car. And the passenger of the other car started walking towards me with his hands like this. So as he got close to me, I stepped forward and two-pieced him. And he goes, bro, why'd you hit me? What the fuck do you think? You came at me with your fucking, you came at me first of all, and your fists were clenched. What the hell do you expect is gonna happen? I'm gonna two-piece the shit out of you, bro.
Exactly.
Don't
One,
cry
two.
about it. But this applies to everything else we've been talking about, bro.
Dude,
Actions, consequences, man. Come on.
Dude. I don't know what it is with the drivers here. I've never been anywhere where it's this bad, and I've been a lot of places in the world. I've driven a fucking back. It was less hostile in fucking Baghdad driving around or Kandahar City, Afghanistan, than driving in Miami. Miami has some of the worst drivers I've ever experienced on the planet, and I don't know what it is.
It's dangerous.
It's definitely a cultural thing. But just words of advice, people. Do not get the fuck out of your goddamn car and approach someone else's car. That is not okay. I don't know what's going on in your day, but that is unwise. And if I was a little 100-pound girl and a big fat fucking dude was at my window yelling and screaming at me, I could promise you I would probably plug 7 shots through the fucking door of that car because I'd be scared. I was like, that is threatening. It's not okay. I don't know what the fuck you're saying. You could say the building's on fire, or you could be like, you're a piece of fucking shit. Move your goddamn car. I wouldn't know. It doesn't matter. I don't need to know. Just don't get out your damn car. Like, I got it. You guys love the fucking horn button. That's your, like, fuck off, I guess. But just don't do it. I think it's so stupid.
You know what it comes down to, Clinton? It's just a lack of awareness of foreigners. A lot of them from here are from Latin America. Overseas, people drive like animals. It's like fucking survival of the fittest. So they bring a mentality here. I don't blame them because that's their conditioning, but you have to be a little more responsible. You're in a different place now. Be aware of your environment, goddammit, or else you might end up getting shot. You never know who you're fucking with in a different place that's not yours with different cultural norms. It comes back to everything we've been talking about. Awareness, responsibility, actions, consequences. Come on, man.
I'm an extremely calm person, realistically. Like, I have a lot of reserve, and it takes a lot to get me angry, but I don't like threatening acts. Like, that just fucking pisses me off. Like, I don't like bullies, and that dude was apparently a Miami roadway bully. And dude, it's silly. There's enough of those fucking drivers. That's my one thing in Miami. There's 2 things if I could fix in my crystal ball here in Miami. Slow service. Like, Jesus Christ, like, remove the automatic tipping and make them earn their extra wages. Number 2, the drivers here are pretty horrible. If you could fix the drivers and the poor service we get in the majority of restaurants, food quality is amazing. Service quality is pretty poor. You can fix those 2 things. Miami might be heaven to most people. But, you know, every place has their limitations. I left California for the fucking homeless. Jesus, place is overran by homeless. It's crazy. So we're almost out of time here, Danny, and you're one of those people I could probably speak with for like the rest of the week. No bullshit. We could talk for probably the rest of the week and have a great time, and it'd feel like 2 seconds. But let's close them out here and just kind of give them your closing thoughts and hit them hard here. Give them your closing bit so that they have something to remember Danny by. Let's hit them with it.
Guys, life is all about keep it simple, stupid. It's probably like the 10th time I said it because that's how I am, Clinton. I'm a one-liner kind of guy, if you noticed that. I feel like I don't have to, nor should I really explain much because it's all, for the most part, black and white to me. I don't complicate things, not anymore at least. So in terms of personal development, because that's what I coach in, guys, just stick to the basics. Wake up early, read, exercise, stick to your nutrition. Everything's gonna be all right. High volume over time with the basics. Aside from that, not much I can add on again, man. Just stay consistent. Have faith in your coach, your process, and just get it done. You know what happens? Not only do you improve, guys, you influence the person next to you.
Yeah.
And the person after that. And if you want the world to be a better place, don't complain about it being crappy. Be the fucking person that sparks a change. We're all leaders, whether we're wiping tables or whatnot. We just got to take action on the simplicity of it all. And that's it, man.
Oh man, that's words of wisdom right there. Here's the deal with life is apply a simple blueprint to your daily routines and change the habits that are ingrained in you. What you don't like, remove, add in the new things you love, and just stick to it. And the beautiful part about human change is if it's positive, you're going to affect the tribe around you with positivity. If it's negative, you're going to affect the tribe around you with negativity. So focus on the positive and you'll get positive returns. Life is literally that simple. You're welcome. That's your free coaching. Some of you pay $15, $20, $100,000 a fucking year for shit like that. We just gave you the game for free. That's how this whole world spins. That's the key to the matrix, the hack to the system. Until next time, guys, I'll talk to you soon. Stay off them streets, girls and gentlemen. Stay out of them. Stay out of Tootsies, please. Until then, I love you guys. See you next time.
Get her done.
Peace.
Keep it simple, stupid. That's all it is. Come on, man.
Easy stuff, man.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. That was good.